The secret is Diamond Master, minimum. Everybody says become an auto sales master. No. Auto sales master means Diamond Master. So what does Diamond Master mean? Diamond Master means this. It means that you are not working alone and you are duplicating minimum 2 individuals and teaching these two individuals to duplicate themselves into a diamond and create this picture for themselves as well. This is a business where it's structured in terms of partners, not consumers, okay? Consumers are the basis of you to get your job done. But if you only create consumers, who will ever do the work with you? Make sense? You will never be able to do the work alone. You must duplicate yourself. That's why in the 8 steps to success, the very last step is what? Duplication. If you do all the 1 through 7 but fail on the 8, you failed. It doesn't work. So the secret to success in Atomy is creating your downline in order for it to become a minimum Diamond Master. So if you want to do this, what do? You micromanage and help these 2 individuals as much as you can. So how did I do the business? When I first started the business, I understood that numbers works, right? It's a numbers game. The more people you meet, the higher your percentage of success. So if it takes 10 people to make 1 business partner, then if you have to make 10 this month, how many people do you need to meet this month? 100. So you can never complain and say, oh, I don't have any partners, but you don't meet anybody. If you met 100 people and you still don't have 10, then that means that you did something wrong. That's good to understand these numbers because the data will show you if you met 100 people and you still don't have X amount, then that means that your presentation may be bad. Or maybe that you did not do your due diligence. So what does that look like? It looks like this. One of my partners brings me to a table meeting. Okay, you know what a table meeting is? So person A, B, C. Okay, this individual, okay, is the sponsor. This individual is the partner, and this one is the new recruit. Okay, so B sets up the meeting with C and brings me along and says, all right, please explain to C the vision of Atomy. And they bring me along because they think that I will do an amazing job. And then I started to give an amazing presentation. I thought in my mind, man, I'm doing good, right? So I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and she's just looking at me like this. She's like, all right. And I did everything, and she just says, thank you for your time, and leaves. And I come to realize, I said, so what's going on? What happened? And my partner said, funny thing is, before she came to the meeting today, she had a fight with her boyfriend, and he looks just like you. So every time she's looking at you, she's thinking about him, and she doesn't like you. I'm like, oh, oops. I can't do anything about it. So my presentation was perfect. I had a great presentation, but that situation did not work in my favor. So I understood this, and then my partner said, all right, I got another meeting set up with her. And I said, all right, let's go. And I went, and I gave the same presentation, but this time she's just looking at me with googly eyes like, ooh, I like this. And then at the end, she said, why didn't you tell me about this sooner? And then when she left, I asked, well, what was the situation today? She said, before she came, her boyfriend bought her flowers. So the situation with me did not change, but my persistence is what allowed for the success. So every time you meet people and you get rejected, don't allow that rejection to be the final rejection. That is why so many of you fail. You fail because you go and talk to them and they reject you, and since they reject you, you're afraid of what? You're afraid that they will reject you for what you said, so therefore your self-confidence comes down, your confidence level goes down, and you don't want to do it again, right? But that's not always the case. You cannot control that situation. So when you go and go and go and go, it's inevitable that they will come here because they may be just tired of you coming. They may say, all right, promise me you won't come if I come, okay? So what is it that you need to do? Meet as many people as you can, but continue to be persistent with what you're doing. Consistency is what gets you to the top. So as you're doing these things, you have to teach your downline members to do exactly what I told you to do. Meet these individuals and give them value. Meet these individuals and show them that it is okay to get no's. And the more no's that you collect equals what? The more yeses that will come. So this lecture today, wouldn't it be great if more people would have been able to hear this? Wouldn't it be great if you would have been able to invite more people? The question is, how hard did you try to invite them? Many people invite people once and then forget about it. But what I want to encourage you to do is these two things, okay? In order to become successful in Atomy, you have to say what? Amazing quality, amazing prices, you should give it a try. That's your best line ever, okay? You don't have to say anything else. You just introduce the product, introduce the information, and say, listen, you should try this. The price, amazing. Quality, amazing. So therefore, what should you do? Give it a try. And you have a 100% return policy, right? So what is there to lose? There is literally nothing for you to lose, but everything for you to gain. So as you do those things, the next thing people will say is, explain it to me, they'll say. They'll say, explain it to me. I want to know, explain it to me. Don't explain it to them. When you explain it to them and you don't do a good job at it, and next time you try to invite them, you know what they'll say? You already explained it to me. Right? They'll say, you already explained it to me. I already heard it from you. So the best thing that you need to do if you want to become successful is to invite as many people as you can into the system. Because the system is what allows for success. The system is what will be able to be duplicated. Even when you're gone, the system will be here. Even when you move, this system will be here. So if you're living in Australia, you're living in Melbourne, and you created 30 partners here, but you used to only do home meetings with them, and you never invited them to the centers, you never invited them to the system, then what's going to happen when you move? They're all gone. They don't know how to sustain themselves. Because you taught them not to come to the seminars. You taught them not to come to the meetings. You taught them things that you didn't want to do. That is where you failed. So many leaders that I meet in this business and other businesses, they do things that they want to do. They don't do things that needs to be done. So everybody that I meet, I encourage them, even if you don't want to go to the seminars, never tell your partners you don't want to go. Right? I guarantee you a lot of individuals in this room today, it is not easy sitting on these chairs from 1 until 10. Is that easy? No, but why are we here? Because we're setting an example and we want to duplicate ourselves. And the more that we do this and duplicate ourselves, the more power your weakest link will have. Imagine if you teach your weakest link, you have to be able to be a good speaker. You have to be able to sell well. You have to be able to do these things. They will never be encouraged and never want to do the business. But all you have to teach them is this. You don't have to sell. You don't have to speak. You don't have to do any of these things. Just come and sit. That's it. If you can duplicate that, you can succeed in Atomy. And that is the secret. And that secret needs to be done with you, a diamond master, and 2 sales masters. And this diamond master needs to create 2 diamond masters and let them do the same thing over and over and over. And each individual that you spend time with, spend quality time with them. When I started the business, I did not know what I was doing. I just worked and worked and worked. And then I started to understand, I don't need to meet new people. This one person knows more than 200 people. So what do I need to do? I need to meet this person, invest my time, energy, and duplicate them in everything that they do so they open up their heart and open up their phone book. And when they open up their phone book, what happens? Since it's people that they know, it's their warm market, they invite them to meet me, and I have another person that I can talk to. And that other person has another 200 people. So you should never run out of people to talk to. Do you agree or disagree? Okay. People who are doing this business wrong are usually individuals with a big network. People with big network waste their network. For example, let's say that you know 100 people. First person says no. You say, oh, no problem. Why? Because you got 99 more. Number 2 says no. No problem. Why? You got 98 more. But let's say that you only know 3 people. First person says no. Do you go to number 2? No, you say, you beg them. You say, please, I only have 2 more people I know. I need your help. But do you think this person and this person is any different? They're the same people. Just because you have a lot of people doesn't mean your lot of people are going to take network marketing easy. They're going to be the same. So your desire to really give them value and help them understand is better when you have a small network because you are sincere. You really want them to understand because if they don't, you got nowhere to go. So that's what you need to do. You need to treat everybody as your last. So if they're your last, you need to love on them. But I know so many people who don't like person A because they don't have this personality that they like or this or that or that. And then they write them off because they have 99 more. That mentality will get you nowhere in this business. What you need to do is love on each individual because behind that person are more people that you can love on. But if you shut that door, you don't know what will happen. I am here. And let's say that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 20 leaders down. These 20 leaders, each leader have probably talked to thousands of people, right? Would you agree? If you are a diamond master and above or a leader, I'm sure you've talked to hundreds of people, right? So each circle will represent hundreds of people, right? All these hundreds of people later, 20 person down, my downline, I get introduced to a person. This person wants to meet me specifically and says that they want to talk to the top leader, okay? So they talk to me and they ask me all these questions. They say, can you do this for me? And I say, no. Can you do this for me? I say, no. I said no to everything. I said, in Atomy, we just follow the same rules and regulations. If you want to do that, you can do that. And they said, okay, I like what? I like the truthfulness and the genuineness and what? The transparency of what you're doing. Because everybody else I met tried to sweet talk me into doing this and this and this with them. And that was what they wanted to hear. And I have no clue who this person is. So I treated them like anyone else. I didn't get any information about this person either. My partner just said, this person wants to meet you. That was it. They didn't tell me if they have a PhD, if they have network marketing experience. They didn't tell me anything. I said, okay. Come to find out, this person knows lots of people. And they, from here, will be registering. I think they already have close to 100,000 people that they have strategically placed, right? So does that 100% go to everybody? Yes. And that is the power of Atomy. Did I know this person? No. Did these people in between know this person? Did they do anything to recruit this person? Who recruited them? Me and that person. But who benefits? Everyone. You need to give a round of applause for this. I have another person who registered maybe 20 to 30,000 people from India. This person, I started, and this is what I'm going to leave you with today, okay? Everybody says being an auto sales master is hard, and they complain, okay? It's not hard. It's the easiest business in the world, okay? If you want to go out and make $50,000 a month, go look and research what businesses will allow you to make $50,000 a month. Compare apples to apples, okay? Do not compare apples to oranges. Atomy is a $50,000 a month business. Just because you make $1,000 a month doesn't mean that Atomy is a $1,000 business. Atomy is a $50,000 a month business structured in that way, so therefore, it's going to be that much more difficult if you don't know what you're doing. But if you compare it to other $50,000 businesses, it's the easiest $50,000 a month plus business in the world. Would you agree? Yes. All you have to do is say amazing prices, amazing quality. You should give it a try. And then they say, explain it to me. You say, I don't know. Let's go listen. And you make $50,000. That's how you do it. And that is because this hard work, it's not just hard, okay? It requires hard work. It's called diligence. So many partners told me this, and they said, I cannot become a sales master because of so many excuses, right? So I made a book for them, okay? I made a book for my partners, and what is inside this book is a journal. And it has everyday goals. It has PV goals, people meeting goals, everything. And I require all my partners who are serious to fill that in daily. And I make them from 6 in the morning until 2 a.m., when they're awake, to write down every person they meet and what it is that they sold. And then on the next page, I have a note section where they detail each person that needs to be detailed so they can follow up. And as they do these things, they begin to understand if they are really doing the work. Because many people aren't really doing the work. You're busy up here, right? So you're doing such a lot of work up here, but in reality, in 1 week, you meet less than 10 people, right? But you're busy. So what I did was I wanted to become a sales master again, right? That doesn't mean I have 2 IDs. I still have my 1 ID, but I started to recruit again. So I wanted to recruit my cold market, right? So it can be fair. So I went online and I started messaging everybody that I could. I went on Facebook and messaged so many people, Facebook blocked me. Really. I messaged so many people, Facebook blocked me. And then I was able to recruit a few people. And when I recruited these people, I gave them a resume. I said, listen, I will help you become successful if you promise to do these things. And they agreed. And one of those things was talking to me every day, right? That may be boring for them, but I asked them to message me and to learn every day. And it took me 3 months to duplicate them. How many months? So if you have not daily met your partner and talked to them and consulted them for 3 months, you haven't even started. So talk to them, okay? And then after 3 months, I was able to duplicate them. And these about three individuals now registered close to 20,000+ members in 6 months. How many? 20K. This is not me bragging, okay? This is called luck. Did I know that they were going to do that? Of course not. But I focused on each individual as though they would. And that is what you need to do. There are so many people in this room, I bet you've lost so many contacts because you didn't love on them, because you didn't follow up on them. That's all you need to do. Follow up and love on these individuals because Atomy is a gift. So individuals that I meet that say, I don't need money. I already have a car. I already have a house. I already have my retirement plan all worked out. I say, that's great for you. But do you know anybody in your network that's working at 2, 3 jobs, working a 9 to 5, and struggling to meet ends meet? Don't you think they should be given the opportunity to know about Atomy? And they say, oh, if you say it that way, yes. And that's what I mean. The gift of Atomy is not just for you, but it is for all those individuals around you. So what I want you all to do is think about these things and continue to grow this business that way. People will say these things. They'll say, as you build, a lot of people want their sponsor to build one line for them. Have you ever heard that? Build one line for me. Build one line for me. That is amateur. You need to always build 2 lines. I had this individual who told me this. She said, all right, what do I need to do? I said, enroll as many people as you can. And she literally enrolled like 1,500 people. Literally. 1,500 people. And then she said, what do I need to do now? I said, now you got to build your beeline. She registered another like 5,000 to 2,000 people. And altogether, I think so far her downline, there's about 7,000 people. Okay? She built how many lines? 2. Everybody needs to build 2 lines. Why? Because there's something called a mastership. Let me tell you something very simple about mastership. In Atomy, everybody can become successful because the general commission. Okay? And the general commission is created in the way that I taught you, from 1 to 5. You start with C, it goes to AS, it goes to PT, and then FT, or part-timer, full-timer, right? And then after you do that, you have to understand that you want to have fun in this business. And you know what's fun in this business? Gaining mastership. Mastership is the fun part. And how do you do that? You must have communication with your A line and B line, right? Because if you do not have communication with your A line and B line, you'll never be able to become successful. But the only way you'll never be able to become successful in terms of having mastership. But let me tell you the secret. CEO Park says $50,000 a month. And you know what this figure entails? This figure entails the general commission. Because everybody will be able to get $50,000 a month. But you know, if you have mastership included, it's more than $100,000 a month. Did you know that? Did you know that, yes or no? Not many people know this because CEO Park and the company only speak in conservative terms. What other network marketing company says that? Other network marketing companies blow it up. Even though you can't make $1 million, they say, you're going to make $1 million, right? Because there's one person in the company making $1 million. But in Atomy, if you're able to gain mastership, you can make above $50,000. Would you like to make more than $50,000? I would. Is that bad? No. How do you do that? It means you need to build your A line and B line together, not just one. So don't think that your position is this. A lot of individuals say these things. They say, I am in a bad line, right? They say, my sponsor is not helping me, or this and that. So let me ask you a question, one question, okay? Remember, this is going to be what I end with, okay? So everybody raise your hand or jot down, if you were to have the perfect partner, right? Like if you were to pray to Jesus about, please send me this kind of partner, okay? What would be the things that you would want to jot down? For me, it would be, what? Go. What would you jot down? Somebody who sells lots of products? Lots of PV? Lots of network? What else? Huh? A good friend? Passionate? Leader? All these things. You jot all these things down, right? So jot them all down in your mind. And my challenge to you is for you to become that person first. Don't just hope for things when you can't even do it. So you be that partner to your sponsor. And when you become that partner, you will then be able to create those partners for you. And as you grow in this business, you'll begin to understand how easy it is. It is the easiest business in the world because all you have to do is ask them this: do you brush your teeth? No one will tell you no. So you have a 100% success rate, right? That doesn't mean that you will get them signed up right away, but you know that they can't ever turn you down now because they do brush their teeth. You say, sir, I want you to brush your teeth with my toothbrush. Right? You say, do you shampoo your hair? Everybody will say, yes. And that is your icebreaker, and that is the way to walk into that conversation and give them value. So everybody in this room today, I ask you to look around the room before getting started. There aren't many of you. But you are the pioneers, and you are the ones who will set the example for others to come. This business called Atomy can never grow without you. This company can never grow without you. The company needs you, and you need the company. So I encourage you all to work with each other to create a culture of united synergy of heart. And as you do these things, 1 year will pass. 2 years will pass. 3 years will pass. And the next time that I come to Melbourne, I want to see all you here plus 500 more. Because I guarantee you that from here on, you will be able to create more and more individuals. Just you here today, if you invite 2 people to the next meeting, it will triple. And then if you invite 2 more, it'll quadruple. And the effects of that will be great because the value that you can bring to not just yourself, but to them. So today, go home and draw your lineage. Write down a D for your name and write down S's and write down the names you want those sales masters to be. Call them, invite them, share with them, love on them, and show them that you want to succeed together. So everybody here today, thank you for coming. Let's all meet at the top.